Kim, the Homeschooling Grammy, and I thought I would take part in this 3 scripture tag. I actually saw it on the YouTube channel Born to Book, and I guess the tag was originally started by, who was it started by? Brown Eyes on a Budget. So I thought this is pretty cool. I think I want to take part in this tag. So what it is you choose 3 scriptures that have some personal meaning to you, or maybe you love them, or they've ministered to you, or whatever the case may be. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and leave a link to both of the channels that I mentioned, Born to Book and Brown Eyes on a Budget. I don't know why I can't remember that, so I have my trusty notes. And you can go ahead and check them out, and I'll get started. Okay, so the first verse that really speaks to me is Joshua 24:15, and I thought it would be kind of cool to read it from 2 different Bibles, 2 different versions of the Bible. One of them is very special to me. The one Bible was actually my grandmother's Bible, and it is the Good News Bible. And then also from my own Bible, my own study Bible, NIV. And I'll be honest, I tend to not always read from my Bible. I probably don't read from my Bible most of the time. I usually read from the Bible app that is on my phone. The reason being is I have a really hard time seeing, unless the light is like super good, I have a really hard time seeing it. And I don't know why, but that seems to be my issue. So for today, I have my trusty little light. So let's try this out. So anyways, Joshua 24:15. And I will start from my grandmother's Bible first. And the verse is, "If you are not willing to serve him, decide today whom you will serve. The gods your ancestors worshipped in Mesopotamia, or the gods of the Amorites in whose land you are now living. As for my family and me, we will serve the Lord." So that's from my grandmother's Bible, the Good News Bible. And then NIV, that's just my Bible. I gotta hook up my light again. It is 24:15. "But if serving the Lord seems undesirable to you, then choose for yourselves this day whom you will serve, whether the gods your forefathers served beyond the river, or the gods of the Amorites in whose land you are living. But as for me and my household, we will serve the Lord." So this scripture has huge meaning for me because I am the first, I can't say the very first, because my grandmother introduced me to Jesus. I was not, I mean, I guess maybe because of the seeds that were planted, that's how I ended up coming to Christ. She was a devout Christian. Like, I know that I will see her again someday. But this scripture has so much meaning for me because I wanted our home from the time that my girls were young. This is the scripture that I wanted to be part of our home. And I actually have a wooden plaque in my living room over the top of the window that faces out. So when you come into my living room, that's the scripture that you see right away. So yeah, I really, really love that scripture. It just really speaks home to me about our devotion to God and how I would like our home to be. Okay, so the next scripture is Philippians 4:13, and from the Good News Bible, it says, hold on, I gotta turn my light on. Let's see. "I have the strength to face all conditions by the power that Christ gives me." So that is from my grandmother's Bible, which I have to be so careful with, like the whole binding is coming apart. And then from my Bible, NIV, it says, "I can do everything through him who gives me strength." And I have to remind myself of that a lot, actually. And that's partly why I really like the scripture. I need reminders of all that I'm capable of, thanks to God. Because without him, I really couldn't take breath for that matter. So it's just a reminder for me. I really like that scripture too. It's another one that is in my house. I try to surround myself with scripture, whether it be in a plaque or a picture or whatever, just to kind of give me a reminder of who I am and who I belong to, and yeah, how much He loves me, even if I might not love myself that day. All right, on to the third one. It's Romans 8:28. If you look behind me, it's actually on my wall up above our bed. But I will go ahead and read it from the Good News Bible first. We know that in all things God works for good with those who love Him, those whom He has called according to His purpose. And from the NIV, let's see. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. And I have to say that verse too is just another one that I just have to remember, like, no matter the struggles, no matter what is going on in our lives, and you know, we've had some very difficult stuff going on for some time now, and I just have to remember that God's plan is way bigger than mine, way bigger than my husband's, way bigger than anything that we could ever imagine. And even though the struggle may seem really real, and maybe it is really real, God has a plan and a purpose for that struggle. And we just can't see the whole picture yet, where God sees everything from beginning to end. And so it's a great reminder. That's why I have that right in my room, right over our headboard, to remember that we're not the ones in control. God has, you know, written the story all out for us, and we just get to be the ones that someday see the awesome ending to the story. Okay, everybody, that's it. Thanks so much to the YouTube channel Born to Book. I'm so glad that I came across this video, and so happy that I was able to take part in this 3 scriptures tag. Also, thanks so much to Brown Eyes on a Budget. I'm going to have to go and check out her channel myself. I haven't done so yet. I'm going to leave a link to Brown Eyes on a Budget in my description box, and I'm also going to leave a link to Born to Book. And I will talk to you all later. Bye-bye.